quarterback injuries. I want to go to this Deshaun Watson injury because this is real funky because of the timing. A couple weeks ago, pregame workout, a lot of discussion whether he said he wasn't going to play, the team decided not to play him, whatever. They have a bye. So it went from a pregame workout where he's kind of on the fence to playing to a bye to him already being ruled out with the shoulder injury. What has developed for them to go ahead and pull the plug on him as they get ready to face the 49ers this week?
Well, let's start with this, Steve. Deshaun Watson still has not practiced since he suffered that injury. He did not practice during the course of week 4. They did think, Deshaun Watson thought, the coaches thought, everybody thought that come Sunday he was going to be able to go out and function to the best of his ability. They got into that pregame workout. He really didn't throw a ball over 10 yards. They made the decision that he was not going to go that week. He went home, rested and rehabbed, or went somewhere, rested and rehabbed during the bye week, came back, and still wasn't there to the point that he didn't practice again this week here. Now, I think that part of it, there's a lot of different things involved here. You know, Kevin Stefanski had said the initial thing of, hey, he was medically cleared, and Deshaun, we listened to Deshaun, which is kind of what teams do,
right,
when you get down to it, which is, can the player go? If the player says, I can't do this, you're not going to force a guy out there. Andrew Berry did some cleanup on that the following week, trying to explain it. I think that the fact that this was referred to as a shoulder bruise did not necessarily help people, because when I think shoulder bruise, I think, hey, I walked into a door frame at 4 a.m. when I was getting my nuts dead. I'm not thinking it's what it is, which is it's a rotator cuff contusion, which is an internal injury in the ball.
Not nice.
If you have that, you lose strength and you have discomfort and all those different things. So Watson has been throwing. He's just not doing it in a practice setting. We'll see what develops here in the coming weeks. What we know for this week is it's going to be P.J. Walker going up against the 49ers. And if I'm Jim Schwartz, I'm going, all right, boys, we're figuring out a way. Are we winning this thing 18-15? Are we winning it 13-11? It's going to be potentially a sloppy day, a windy day, a rainy day in Cleveland. Use that lake effect to your advantage here and hope that you can kind of grind this thing to a halt, play really good defense, and a touchdown or two is enough to get you through.
Yeah, windy days still do not necessarily help when you face the best running football team in the NFL like the 49ers. Let's go to Daniel Jones, Tom. This neck injury, now I know they said this is different, or he said it's different than the one he had a couple years ago. If you could clear that up, because to me, a different neck injury seems almost more worrisome, seeing as though you've had a previous one.
My understanding is it's in the same area of Daniel Jones' neck to the one that he had back in 2021. But when he had that injury a couple of years ago, it was a disc issue. It required surgery, and it was season ending. This one is not believed to be that severe for Daniel Jones. I know that the Giants initially back in 2021 had referred to it as a neck strain, but he did not end up playing again. In this case, they've been more vague, just continually saying it's a neck issue. And this comes at a time that the Giants are really battling it, not just in terms of their record and the way that they've performed, but it's been hard when you're down several different starting offensive linemen. Andrew Thomas, left tackle, is out again this week. John Michael Schmitz, one of your high draft picks, another starter, he's out this week. You haven't had Saquon Barkley for 3 weeks. He's been limited in practice this week. I believe he's listed as questionable for the game on Sunday night against the Bills. That's a lot of different moving parts offensively. And now Tyrod Taylor, who, of course, played for the Bills, the last quarterback to lead the Bills to the playoffs prior to Josh Allen, get it to go up against his old team on Sunday night. But he's not going to have a couple of his starting offensive linemen. He may or may not have Saquon, and you would think that if Saquon does play, it's not going to be a 30-carry type of a night in his first game in a month. So they've got their challenges. Darren Waller also listed as questionable. He's been dealing with a groin injury through the course of this week. Can the Giants put it together against a team and a defense that's been playing really well? We'll find out here. They're hoping Daniel Jones gets back sooner than later, but collectively as an offense, they just haven't functioned at a high enough level.
Yeah, it's real tough because that snowball is really rolling downhill for them. Can we go to Indianapolis? Anthony Richardson. We know he's got that shoulder injury. He's going to be out for a while. Is there any update in terms of prognosis as to how long, or is that just still up in the air?
It's still up in the air, Steve. I would tell you that at this point, they don't believe surgery is necessary. It's not been ruled out, but they don't think it's going to have to go that route. They think it's likely somewhere between a month or two till Anthony Richardson comes back. It's not thought to be anything season-ending for him, but it's a significant AC joint sprain. And when you've got a player who has a physical type of playing style like Anthony Richardson, and frankly has had injuries in 3 of the 4 games he started so far this season, there's a concern with that in terms of you don't want to put him back out there before he's 100% healthy. And if anybody knows that, it's the Colts. It's Chris Ballard. They dealt with it with Andrew Luck, shoulder injury specifically with Andrew Luck, among a variety of other things that were happening through the course of his playing career. One of the things that made Andrew Luck special, but also was part of his ultimate demise as an NFL player, was he played quarterback like a linebacker.
Yep.
And he initiated contact, and he wanted to be physical, and he would run the football. I don't think that you look at the hits or the injuries Anthony Richardson has suffered so far and go, man, he's setting himself up and he's just getting blasted. No, like when he banged his knee, that was just he's stretching out for the goal line, basically. It kind of hits his knee weird. When he had the concussion, that wasn't a crazy type of a hit. He's getting to the pylon and takes a shot. And then the shot last week, obviously his reaction to it lets you know that it's significant, but he goes down and you're not going, oh man, that was such a brutal hit. It's just he hit the ground and something happened. That happens sometimes with young players in the course of their career. You have an injury phase and then you hope that you get out of it here, but he is very much the face of the franchise, and you're not going to expose him before you're 100% confident that he's where he needs to be physically.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.